Okay, August 21 update. The garden, while being still pretty producing, I have not been curating to the point where it looks good. So a little unsightly, still producing very nicely. This is basically doing nothing. It's more of an experiment. We have a small thing of cucamelons, lettuce, but this just doesn't grow with me. The successful thing that I've had, I would say, are the lemon cucumbers, the yellow cucumbers, which are starting to slow down a little bit, and then the burgundy okra. And this one is about 7 feet tall now. I get about one or two of these, maybe about one of these from this one per day. They taste really good, a little bit, I don't know, maybe a little bit nuttier than a typical okra, but when you cut them open, they're bright green inside, so they're very interesting. This is the highly invasive lemon cucumber that has been pretty effective at growing, I don't know, maybe about one every 2 days and taking over everything. There used to be a Swiss chard here. It still is here, but it's basically just been grabbed onto, and then the weight of all the cucumbers just pull it down. But you can glance in here and see quite a few. There's one, there's another one down there. Another one right there you can just see, and I'm sure there's a few others once you start digging in here. It is pretty, if you notice it, you usually have to wear gloves. Everything will give you a little poke if you're not careful. The broccoli is really just a trellis now for the cucumbers, like most other things in here. Here's a couple traditional Black Beauty eggplant that are getting pretty good size. I'm still doing the pruning off of the flowers as I see them. I want it to get a little bit bigger before it really starts producing any fruit. This bed has been somewhat ravaged by rabbits, and actually saw a shoot, what was it? It was a rodent, a possum in the yard just last week. So I think I'm actually getting possums, but you can see where they dig in here and they mess with a lot of the stuff. But we've got some radishes here. This was a breed of tomato that came out of nowhere. I didn't actually plant it, so I was just curious what it would turn into, and it's pretty darn ugly. Clearly it's an indeterminate, and its tomatoes look kind of like this. So not 100% sure what it is, but a lot of what's going on here is an experiment. The other burgundy okra that's very successful is this guy. He's not really gotten any taller, just short and very girthy, and the okras are about the same. Very, very short and very, very girthy. Had a couple other okras, but man, the rabbits would just, you can see they just could not get past a certain size. It's a little rosemary. Tomatoes are doing okay. They definitely don't look like they've been curated at all. I could definitely prune this back quite a bit, but production is still there. I mean, could probably pick about 10 cherry tomatoes every single day. The lemons have slowed down a little bit, but they're still there, and we're still starting to get another round. Actually, these might be the salsa tomatoes. It's hard to tell at this phase, but still coming in pretty consistently. Still pretty happy with what's here. This catnip bush is just crazy. I really need to take it out of here, but it's hard to get rid of something that's growing so well, but it is getting in the way of the tomatoes. This is my newest bed. It gets a lot of attention from pests and rodents, but that's why I have this fake snake here. But this is a potato. It used to vine all the way out to there, and it just finally got cut, and they usually take off the leaves, but keeps growing, keeps coming back, so I'll leave it alone. These are both white knight eggplants. Hopefully see something from them. They were planted a little late in the season, but still doing okay. This is a Russian mammoth sunflower seed, or sunflower rather. It's growing really fast. It hasn't had any sign of flowering yet, I don't think. Maybe a little bit starting there, but it's fun to watch this thing shoot up. I took a giant bush out from the front yard, and this is the remains of it, slowly getting rid of that. Here's the Lewis Battle Royale pot. It's doing really nice. The purple basil and the, was this the pineapple mint, I think it was, are both really nice. The parsley and the dill didn't really like it here. And this was this is the sage, I think. Yeah, the sage. And all this coming together smells really, really good. So this one's been fun. The potato bags don't really do much. That's a cucamelon in there. Oh, this is a cool variety I got from Oklahoma in the farmer's market last time we were there. This is a what was it? It was a Cuban oregano. It has a really cool smell, and I really like the way the leaves look. So I hope that pops. Same herbs I've had. These don't grow super fast, but that's basil. This is oregano. That's my yard mint. Cucamelons are doing fine. I think it's about the same condition as Trevor's. Still vining and still growing, but not really producing any fruit. I think there might be a nutrient deficiency. I bet nitrogen is what they need, but really hard to tell. If you really get close, you can see itty bitty tiny ones here and there, about the size of like a pinhead almost, but they just won't grow beyond that anymore. But to begin with, I probably got about 30 or so, so it was fun, but maybe it's just too hot. That's my guess. Now that everything's vined out here, it's hard to even get around, but stepping over, I've got one of my newest ones. I also got this from Oklahoma. This is the goji berry bush, and this has been really fun. Probably gives about 5 little berries every single day. I've gone about 2 or 3 days now, and they're just all over the place here. Really, really nice little things you can just eat straight off of this. And obviously been throwing them in smoothies. They have a ton of health benefits, and it's just fun to have something that you can eat right off the bush here. And I'm honestly surprised birds have not gotten to this yet. So lucky me. But yeah, they taste really nice. This is a black diamond watermelon. I actually have one here that's slowed down. This might be its full size that it's gonna come to, but I have it sitting up here. It hasn't really changed its size in maybe a week, so I might cut this one off and see how it tastes. A couple signs of some yellow cucumbers. They're doing okay. They really aren't growing like they used to. They used to be about 3 times the size of this, but could be this guy's on his way out. And then, yeah, one more of those indeterminate random tomato plants over there. I don't really know where it came from, but it's kind of an experiment. So maybe next time around, I'll make this look a little prettier, but I do like the wild foliage look it's got going right now. But anyway, that's it. August update.